Hello friends, you are welcome once again to another session on palmistry. In the previous video, we had started discussing about happiness, mountains and the mounts on palm. Today, let's understand in detail about qualities and characteristics associated with various mounts on the palm. To start the discussion, first of all, Mount of Venus. Its position at the base of thumb, encircled by lifeline. One of the most important blood vessels which reaches the palm is placed below this mount. It is also known as Great Palmar Arch. Its features and qualities: physical energy, sexual energy, love, desire, passion, romance, sensuality, immune system. In case the Mount of Venus is high, then it is considered positive, because people with high Mount of Venus shall be energetic and passionate. However, their sexual energy shall also be high. So a greater degree of self-control would be required. In case of soft hand with high Mount of Venus, sensuality shall be uncontrolled. If other parameters are also negative, then the person shall find it difficult to control his desires, sexuality and sensuality. However, on the other side, if the hand is hard, he'll be able to control his desires, sexuality and sensuality. If the Mount of Venus is small and low, then it indicates low physical energy, low immune system. Such person shall fall sick easily with slightest change in weather. Next, Mount of Jupiter. Its position at the base of index finger, which is also known as Jupiter finger. Its features and qualities: wisdom, knowledge, ambition, self-respect, self-confidence, power domination, desire and quality to lead, organize, religious belief, superstitions. In case the Mount of Jupiter is well built, the person shall have wisdom, knowledge, inspiration, self-confidence. There will be self-starters. There will be natural leaders. In case the Mount of Jupiter is extremely high, then the qualities become negative. Confidence gets converted into vanity, pride, greed, overconfidence. Religious beliefs gets converted into superstitions. If the Mount of Jupiter is low, then the person shall lack confidence, wisdom, knowledge. Next is Mount of Saturn. Its position
at the base of middle finger.
Its features and quality: spirituality, reserve, melancholy, solitudeness, desire to live alone, fate, destiny. If the Saturn mount is low or poor, then even after working very hard, the results will come late or may not come at all. Even if destiny line is present, then also the results will get delayed. In case the Mount of Saturn is high, then the person shall have excess of spirituality, solitudeness, melancholiness, seriousness, desire to live alone and isolated. Thus, a normal built Mount of Saturn is considered to be the best. Next is Mount of Sun. Its position at the base of ring finger, sun finger or Apollo finger. Its features and quality: name, fame, reputation, glory, success, art, beauty, creativity. People having prosperous or high amount of sun shall enjoy great amount of reputation and honor. Their name moves ahead of them. They can be celebrities in case other parameters are also favorable. If the sun line is present, but the Mount of Sun is low or poor, then even though such people are successful, but they are not able to enjoy happiness out of that success. Even their close friends and relatives do not give respect to them. Next is Mount of Mercury. Its position at the base of little finger, also known as Mercury finger. Its features and qualities: intelligence, cleverness, speech, oratory skills, business, job, profession. If the Mount of Mercury is prosperous or high, then such people are intelligent and clever. They have natural oratory skills. They are good speakers. Whatever profession, business, or job they do, they prosper easily. However, if the Mount of Mercury is extremely high, then the target of such people is only profit, ethical or unethical, whatever way it comes. Now let's talk about the Mount of Moon. Its position on the other side of hand, opposite to the Mount of Venus. Its features and qualities: imagination, intuition, changeability, romance, creativity. People having high Mount of Moon have good imagination abilities. They are good at intuition. They are good at unfolding mysteries. New ideas get generated in their mind automatically. Creativity is a normal feature for them. Like poets or scientists, in modern competitive era, for excelling in profession, new ideas are required. So the people with prosperous Mount of Moon prospers or excels in their profession quite easily. Let's divide the Mount of Moon in three parts. First part being the part towards the Mount of Mercury, second in between, and the third the lower side of the Mount of Moon. In case the first part of the Mount of Moon is high, then the person shall excel in the lower position quite easily. If first and second part is high, then the person shall prosper to the middle management quite easily. If first, second, and third, all the three mounts are high, then the person shall reach to the top position quite easily and very quickly. Now let's talk about Mars Mount. It has two positions in palm. One is between Jupiter and Venus Mount, and the other is between Mercury and Moon Mount. Its features and qualities: aggression, anger, courage, energy to do any kind of work. The Mount of Mars between Jupiter and Venus is considered to be negative Mount of Mars, and the Mount of Mars between Mercury
and Moon
is considered to be positive Mount of Mars. If the negative Mount of Mars is prosperous, then it indicates anger. The person shall have negative energy of Mars. On the other side, if the positive Mount of Mars is high, then it gives energy to do work. It gives aggression to achieve targets. So it is desirable to have high positive Mount of Mars, and it is desirable not to have high negative Mount of Mars. Let's also talk about ground of Mars. This area is known as ground of Mars. If this area is high, the person, though he earns a lot of money, but finds it difficult to save it. And at last, let's also discuss about Mount of Rahu and Ketu. Its position between Mount of Venus and Mount of Moon. Below is Mount of Ketu, and in between is Mount of Rahu. Mount of Ketu rules initial period of life, initial 20 years of life, the childhood period of the life. If Mount of Ketu is high, then it indicates a happy childhood. After the initial childhood period of 20 years, Mount of Rahu takes over. It is placed just below the fate line. If Mount of Rahu is low, it's not prosperous. Even after the presence of fate line, the person shall find it difficult to enjoy happiness out of his job, profession, money earning. At last, please remember the connection of happiness and the mounts. If the mounts are prosperous, then the person is able to draw happiness with reference to that particular mount. And if mounts are not prosperous or they are low, then even after hard work or achieving success, the person may not be able to enjoy happiness out of that hard work or success. That's it for today. Hope you would have understood and liked this video. Please do not forget to hit the like and share button below. To ensure that you do not miss out on any of the future videos, please subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.